welcome to the second episode of Inside the Family Garden. I'm your host, Sassi. Today, we're in Battleground, Washington, at the farm at the Big Red Barn. Farm of the Big Red Barn with the owners, John and Sally Geller. Welcome to Inside the Family Garden.
Hi, Pete. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. I'm so happy to be here. This is a great spot. You have been amazing hosts of ours, so thank you for that. How did you guys come to be here?
That's a good story, Pete.
It is a good story. I tricked Sally on a ruse that we were coming up here to see this property with the idea actually that we were just only going to come up and go to a show. And so the very next day, it turns out that we ended up coming over here from Portland, and we saw this property. And
what did you think?
It was beautiful. Unbeknownst to me, the pictures really spoke to John. So he put together this whole secret mission.
That is great. You did not have a farm where you were before.
Nope.
No, we both
What
grew up in the
happened?
city all of our lives, and we just decided to make a huge lifestyle change.
Yeah. We took a flyer, is the way I like to think about it.
Trickery, flyer, a ruse along the way, and some beauty. That's how you landed here.
It all worked out.
Yeah.
Tell us about the history of the farm.
We're on 7.5 acres.
Okay.
And those acres are originally part of a 100-acre dairy farm. And our barn is over 100 years old. So we fell in love with the barn, and we've got fruit trees, we've got a raised bed garden.
We have about 3.5 acres that we hay.
Oh, and don't forget the goats.
Yes. And we rescued 2 goats.
Wow, this is one fantastic apple tree.
It produces so many apples, Pete. Here, you've got to try one.
Okay. Okay, it's beautiful. What kind of apple is this?
You know, I'm not exactly sure, but I think it's a Spartan.
Spartan. All right, let's see what a Spartan is.
All right.
Oh my gosh. This is a really good apple.
It has a really great white flesh and a nice, sweet, bright flavor.
Okay. What do you do with a Spartan?
Just eat it.
Oh, okay. That's a good thing to do with an apple. Oh, Rose loved apples. Okay. How many trees do you guys have?
We have a total of 10 trees. We have 5 that are mature that we inherited with the property, and then we planted 5 that are right behind us.
Okay. So you know the variety of the 5 that you planted.
Definitely.
But these older ones you don't.
We don't.
And no clue.
But we think it's a Spartan.
We think it's a Spartan.
Okay.
So the new trees, though, we do know what they are. So we've got a combination of Rayburn, Gravenstein, Fuji. There's another tree, again, not sure of the variety. I think it might be a Gravenstein.
Okay.
Those apples I use for baking.
Okay.
I also like to cook with them. We made applesauce and apple butter last year,
Oh, okay.
which
Perfect.
was really fun to do.
There are a lot of apples on here.
There are.
There's a lot
And
to use. Do you give them away? Do
we
you-
have. The first year we were here, we hadn't pruned the trees, so they were prolific, and we put an ad on Craigslist, and people just came out with boxes and filled them up and took the apples away for free.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
When I was a little kid, my dad used to get my sister and I birthday present of a case of apples every September, and we'd split them. And he would have loved the fact to be able to get a hold of them from you for free. John, this is a large blueberry bush. Tell me how old this blueberry bush is.
We got the blueberry bushes up the road a piece from a blueberry farm that had about 200 blueberry bushes, and so we were really lucky to get them, and they're local. I think they're about 25 to 30 years old is what they told me.
Okay. Quite sure too.
Definitely have to try them.
Okay, so you said you're lucky. You're right, because they're amazing. How often do you pick these?
I'll come out here in the early morning to pick them, and I end up eating them right off the bush, and most of them hardly ever get into the house. And of all the things we've added to the farm in the last few months, this is the thing that brings me the most joy, because I love blueberries.
We call this the squash box.
Ah, aptly named. Everything's huge. The leaves are huge. The squash is huge. The box is huge. It's incredible.
Let me show you some of these squashes.
Let's see. Oh my gosh.
Pete.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This is going to taste good.
It's going to taste great.
What is that tool?
You know, I found this at a gardening store and I really like it. It's a Japanese tool and it makes it really easy to harvest your vegetables. It's sharp. And I like it because you can really get in underneath your vegetables and it makes it easier to cut them.
Sally, John, thank you for letting us visit your farm with Big Red Barn. Thank you. And you have a wonderful garden. So much produce, such variety. I do know that in the Northwest you don't find grapefruits that easy to grow. So we brought you some from our family garden. Cheers.